And hello, everybody. It is Iwu joined by Ori, and today we have the Premier Major. It's the last one of the weekend, and arguably the best. I mean, the two we've had before have been great. But how are you doing today, Ori?
I'm doing pretty okay. A little bit nasally, a little bit sick. The pollen isn't treating my body very well, but I'm here. I'm ready to get in some premier major action.
Yeah, for sure. We are joined by Quick Horizon producing for us, and our first match is the Miracles versus the Flyers. It's our 8 and 9 seed matchup. If you want to throw us over to the bracket, just take a quick look at it. Um, all single elimination, best of 7, same as the other two majors. Um, honestly, if you had to just take a guess, you look at all the teams, who you got taking it today?
Um, Especially with these seeded teams, I mean, it's always a toss up, but I know it's Stewie. We're casting. That's really funny that we're casting Stewie's team,
Mm-hmm.
the first one. Um, so we'll get to know right away if he's going to be casting later. But I mean, you have a team with St. Cloud. You have Mogi, Water. They were teammates last season, and they did great things last season, especially for being rookies. I'm sorry, Stewie, but I'm gonna have to go against your team right here. I have a lot of faith in Mogi's. That's a very hard team to beat. And
Yeah.
it's not gonna be easy. I think it's like 6 or 7 games.
Ooh. All right. All right. Well, I am not as high on the Miracles. They are playing with a sub today,
The
so
Miracles are
we'll
playing with
see.
a sub. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But maybe they pull
Yeah,
off
I'm
the
going. I'm going Flyers. Is what I wanted to say. I'm going
yeah.
Flyers in 6. Flyers in 6 games. 100%.
My overall major prediction. I'm gonna take Burnsville. I'm gonna say the random kind of unpredictable runs we've had in Challenger, Rising Star, and Burnsville just take it all today. But without further ado, if everybody's ready, we can get into this match. Oh, okay. Perfect.
They're running late, so um, I think we should also recap other majors. So just in case you guys missed it, if you couldn't make those games, if you had work on, Thursday and Friday, which is understandable. We had, let me pull up the bracket. On Challenger, we had Rhythm beating out St. Cloud in game 7, went all the way. Rhythm winning the finals, and that the standings for Challenger after that puts Rhythm on top above Senators by 6 points, and St. Cloud Flyers, the second place team, is only 10th. So if you're St. Cloud, you kind of like, even if you win that, you jump up to, you would have jumped up to actually third. So I was about to say, oh, it's not that bad. It sucks that you didn't get first, but getting second still helped them a lot. They jumped from basically being last place to now tied for basically 6th, 7th place. And the fact that they beat a lot of good teams in that run and took Rhythm to a game 7 shows that they can definitely do better. So definitely a team to look out for moving forward in the standings. And then in Rising Star, we had Duluth win it all. All those 3 players wanted to be on a team together kind of since the season started, and they kind of proved why. And then they're all retiring because of their job. They got a contract that fell through or something, and they don't have the availability basically to play anymore. Which is understandable. They're not just quitting because they're not doing well, or, oh, we won, we can quit now. They kind of had to. Which is, it puts Rising Star in a really weird spot because you have a lot of these top teams that are having roster issues, so it's completely open for anyone to move up in the standings and kind of just get a good team together. And especially since we're going towards the second half of the season, way more important than the first half by a mile. Pretty much most of the points are in the second half, with the second major having so many more points, and still a good amount of the games happening in the second half of the season. Um, and if you're playing in the league, you've been noticing a lot of people see, despite the fact that we're having a second major where you have a lot of points, you have a big opportunity to kind of have a comeback season, right? It doesn't really matter how your first major goes. You can literally lose the entire first half of your season. If you get a good team in that second trade window and you start winning, you will be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll speak for now. But
yeah. Quote my app and give you a turn, I guess.
Yeah, Rising Star was interesting to me because it was a Minneapolis Duluth final, and I mean Duluth was good coming into the major, but I didn't think they'd go all the way, and especially not win. It does create like sort of a power vacuum at the top because they win and they all leave, so it's kind of like, well, who's gonna be next? Is it gonna be Green Bay again, and are they gonna keep their regular season undefeated streak going, or what? But I don't know. I'm excited to see how Challenger and Rising Star continue, but I believe we have at least one of the teams in here. So
I'm having to do some. Yeah, we're just waiting on flyers. I'm having to do some GM things. I'm trying to figure out if we're even gonna have a team to play in this major. So yeah, speaking of people kind of quitting, Kai's team this season, Miracles. Sorry, not. Brainerd, the Victory, had some. I don't know why people kind of got screwed over by people retiring and trade windows and salaries. So kind of technically don't have a premier team yet, but yeah, I mean,
never mind. I'm changing my pick.
Yeah, you're changing your pick.
Yep, Brainerd's winning it all.
Brainerd's winning it all.
Yep.
Yeah, best case scenario, it's me and 2 challenger players, and we don't have a first round challenger player. I can attempt to. I mean,
this is live problem solving.
Yeah, this is
Ori. This is good content.
This is guys, this is what. Sometimes this is how your MCS season goes, and sometimes you have to play 2 challenger players and a Rising Star player in Premier. And that's literally the best thing you can do. But like I said, if you get a team together in that second trade window and you do good in the second major, it does not matter. It literally doesn't matter how your season's been. Which is really good for teams like pretty much all of our teams in in the league. Brainerd isn't doing too hot this season. But I mark my words, we will not be last place by the season's end. I promise you that. But anything else? Not much, but the only thing I can promise is that we're finally going to get this game underway. Both the teams are in. They're joining the lobby. And we're off. We're off, Iwu.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be Paydirt, Stewie, and Kato Mac in the blue for the Miracles. In the orange, it'll be, I think it's Mace, Water, and Mogi for the Flyers. I'll go game prediction. I'll take the Flyers in 4. I'll say, yeah, Sweep's going to start early. In your major on stream at least. What do you think, Ari?
Yeah. And I mean, I was gonna say something and I lost my train of thought. Water putting in a goal. Right off the rip. That's the momentum you want. Paydirt is, I think, like a second round challenger player. That's going to be tough. I mean, regardless of the rank, just the team. I don't think that, if you're scrimming with your challenger, but you usually want to do the first round pick usually is the one to sub up. It's usually this, Rising Star. First round pick usually subs up to, third place challenger, but that's just unfortunate with the team Chem and Mogi. I mean, especially against an offensive team like Flyers, it's just going to be so tough.
Yeah, not a great start for the Miracles there. Mosh just passed it off the backboard. It's uncontested. Mogi slots it. And Kato Mac was the #1 overall pick in Challenger for Minneapolis. He got moved up to Prem. They've been solid. I mean, they got their way into a top 10 seed. But Mogi with the reset and his second goal right off the back of his first. And it's 3-0 already, but the kind of Frankensteining roster of Minneapolis not up to the task so far in the first 45 seconds. Gonna go here maybe and turn the tide in game one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 7-game series, you know. You kind of use the same mentality for, you know, goals in the game, right? The first one does matter, but arguably the second one's been more important. You know, do you tie the game or do you widen your lead to 2? And, you know, game 1, yeah, it's good to get off on the right foot, but that second game, third game in the series is really what's gonna decide the longevity of it. And this is just not the kind of goals you want to be letting in if you're Miracles. And it's tough because you cannot give Water and Mogi space on the ball, but at the same time you kind of have to understand the scenario you are at with your roster. You might have to play a little bit slower, maybe a little bit spaced out, just to prevent kind of, you know, those unfortunate goals from happening. But yeah, still Miracles looking to kind of just find their footing in this game.
Yeah, the only real chance they had was a kickoff, was a shot off the kickoff as Kato launched it to Stewie. Stewie, a shot in the slot. It's 4-1. Minneapolis is on the board, and maybe a little bit of momentum. A little two-man game coming from Kato and Stewie. Good shot. Even better pass.
Yeah, no, it's not impossible. I don't think Miracles are gonna get blown out of the water. Kato and Stewie are really, really good caliber premier players overall. And I mean, right back off the kickoff, they get one right here, Iwu, and that's all of a sudden this game looks a lot less of a, you know, it was looking like it was about to just be a blowout, but just Miracles, all they had to do was take the lid off and they got their momentum.
Yeah, they just had to find a crack in the armor, and they're starting to expose it. I mean, there's still 3 minutes left. It's anybody's game. And the hot start from the Flyers being neutralized for the moment. It's ripped downfield. Pater will have it. I mean, yeah, Pater's not really, like, he's not a slouch. He's still a very good player. You went second round challenger. Like, he will be capable. It's just, it really be like that big of a factor to get them over a Flyers team that I feel like might be a bit underseeded, in my opinion.
Right.
I think they're really good, especially on the offensive end. Good pass out, but nothing there. Pater gets the touch, but he's dunked by Water. Water towards net.
Oh my
and what
goodness.
A shot.
I mean, you're talking about Pater. I don't even know there's much you can do differently. I like, you're backward, you're trying to solve for your team, you know, goes, yeah, usually that's where you want it. You see it go to the corner. Oh, thank God it's in the corner, you know, they're not, just hits that angle top left. And there's not much you can do. I think that's the point, though. It's not like Pater's a bad player. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at is these lobbies can be really quick. They can be really mechanical, and it's just a whole different level. I mean, there's a reason why just from like GC2 to SSL, you have to double your hours basically to get there. It's such a, the gameplay is such a, maybe a small gap noticeably, but in actuality, in actual games, it's a huge difference. But you know, in games like these against teams like these, you know, it's just, he'll be able to 100% pull his own weight, but if things get out of hand, can he do more than just that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is being able to do sustain yourself in a game and be able to do enough to where you can help your team win. And I mean, to be honest, a lot of the goals that St. Cloud have scored have been very good. They haven't really been gifting St. Cloud any goals, but I mean, if Water's gonna hit shots like that, it's not good for the series. He's on a different plane right now, and another good infield pass. It's launched to Mogi. Nothing too dangerous there, but the little comeback for Minneapolis was shut down, and all the momentum killed after that shot. Rightfully so. It was an absolute worldie Cater went out for it, but Stewie will beat him out. Kato looking for the shot, and Kato will score. Down to 55 seconds. You know, the comeback's still definitely on, but needs something quick here. And
Nice
we'll see,
follow
we'll see if they can find it. Their kickoffs have been pretty solid to start.
Yeah, it was a good follow through on that bump too. And what I'm noticing is, you know, especially it's going to happen a lot more in game one. That's the most scrappy. This is the first series of the day. There's going to be a lot of, you know, nerves that haven't been shaken off yet. They're still trying to find their groove. It's going to be really high scoring, and there's going to be maybe some goals that will get saved later on in the series. But it seems that you have two teams kind of trying to play two different ways, right? You have, oh, that is really unfortunate for Miracles. Pater towards net though can't find this. Can't find it under the crossbar, and it's saved away by Water. Awkward pass up middle. That should, you know, if you're Flyers, you maybe want that opportunity back. You can maybe score one, have a you know, half a minute left to try to put another one on the board, but no one makes contact, and time taking down, only 2 goals separating them, but just no time to do it. Even if this one goes in, it's just not enough. Flyers will take away game one, and it seems that you have Flyers which are trying to possess the ball. They're trying to get their solo plays, right? And then you have Miracles who are kind of just playing very in the moment. They're just challenging the ball. They're trying to play off the kind of the scrappy 50s and the awkwardness of like an unexpected bounce and, you know, something like that. And if you look at all of Miracle's goals, it was off of a 50. It was off of a good aggressive challenge that threw off that possession from Flyers, and they were super quick on the follow up.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a couple just missteps from the Miracles early, and I mean, going down, I believe it was 4-0. They did win the second half of the game. You know, if you take the
Right.
first 45 seconds out, they looked good. So we'll see what happens in game 2. But I expect the pressure to be turned up even more by St. Cloud, as I mean, you know, the Miracles, they have to find their place in the series, but I mean, same thing applies across the field. And if Water keeps playing like how he is, it could be a long day or a short one if you're a Minneapolis fan.
Yeah, and I like that they never lost fight in that game 1. Maybe they actually go out on top right here, off the rip in game 2. Kato just across the entire field. Water, that's just such a hard commit on the third for Flyers. Had so much faith in that beat right there, but just couldn't get it. And now all of a sudden, you know, you were talking about the beginning on how Miracles wanted it back. I think it's quite the opposite now.
Yeah, for sure. They get an early goal here as that one goes over the top of Stewie. They'll leave Kato in a bit of an awkward spot. Mace off the wall to himself. Mogi with a missed challenge, and Kato being able to beat one almost every single time he gets on the ball. Huge for Minneapolis when they're trying to clear it out of defense. Stewie towards the middle will find Kato with full boost, but he's not shut down. Water whiffs. Mogi and Massa last back. What can Kato do? He has to reset off the backboard. Water does clear it away. Kato goes and he beats 2. Mogi last back. He will collect it, bang it away, but Stewie a good dunk. And Minneapolis just looks like a different team so far. The speed is there. They've caught up to the pace that St. Cloud wants to play at. Mogi awkward in net. Where's the shot? It's Pater. It's money. 2-0 Miracles.
I was about to comment on a challenge that Pater did earlier that beat around 2 on the wall. Maybe didn't result in a goal, but it really made it super easy for Miracles to kind of set up shop on the offensive end, keep pressure. And if he's making those good challenges like that, I mean, there's not much more you can ask for your challenger sub at all. And quite inversely of game 1, they've woken up. They have the lead actually early on in the first minute of this game, and it just really, yeah, like we said, it looks like a different team. They're fast, they're quick. They realize that they don't need to be scared of this team. That they can score, they can contend with them, and you have to have that confidence in a matchup like this, because as soon as you start doubting yourself, especially when odds aren't really with you in the first place, it's not helping. But they are definitely not having confidence issues. Stewie just pushes it through 2 defenders to make it 3-0.
Yeah, a little bit of yamp time by old Stewie.
Yeah, just
The goat
puzzles it
himself
through.
just dunks 2 people. a huge
Yeah,
third
time.
goal, and I mean, there's still plenty of time left. Every lead we've gotten so far this series, every big one at least, has been still like relatively early in the game where there's a lot of time to come back. But Minneapolis look like a reborn team as Stewie launches it high. Cato will have to go. He will, and he beats another player. Loki the touch. Pater last back. Only one. He gets bumped away. The double just off the mark. No one's there to crash and put it in the net for St. Cloud. As Moss, another good touch. The net relatively, it was open for a second. Cato with the pinch, sends it away. And now it just seems like Minneapolis is okay with just playing time, banging the ball away, and not allowing them to get any solo plays going for St. Cloud. As Moss tries to do it himself, Mogi crashes the ball, but nothing there. Going the other way. Real end-to-end stuff here in the middle part of game 2.
I think that's the issue when you have these flashy players. Everybody knows how mechanical you are, but that's also the issue is everyone's gonna know what, like, you know, how you play right off the rip. And I think Miracles are playing into that a lot. They're realizing that if they're just closing out these solo plays, if they're just being patient with their saves, that they're not converting. I mean, just the amount of control they've had over this game, it's still keeping them scoreless. And a team like Flyers usually at least puts up a goal a game. Shot towards net might be one there, but Pater's back to post, waiting for it. Pops up middle, it's a bit dangerous. Cato, good speed. Stewie back to Cato. Cato towards net. It's off the target. Can't get the double either. Pater just follow in, clean up. Can't find the pass or the shot, but still so much pressure for them, and just so much time burned off the clock the more and more that they possess this ball, Yiwu.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just really like what I'm seeing from Minneapolis. They've been very strong on offense. Not even like just scoring the ball, but they're making it awkward. And speaking of, it was an awkward touch by Stewie for the goalie to try and readjust to. Cato just taps it in 4-0 in a blowout of St. Cloud at the hands of the Miracles. Proving, kind of proving me wrong. Game 1, I got reeled in. I thought the series could have gone very differently, but we're going to have more than likely a tie game. Moss towards the backboard. Pater, he's been big. He hasn't done, maybe the most on the stat sheet, but he's been where they need him to be, and that's the biggest thing. There's a little bit of a triple commit, but Stewie's just playing faster. Pass middle. Pater. Oh, he missed it.
Double post and out. It was definitely not an easy angle to hit.
Tough angle.
Beautiful save though on Cato in the 2v1, still keeping it scoreless. Now has the ball, tries to get it over the air dribble, but blocked away. Stewie trying to keep this one live, but it ends up going right back towards the net. Pater does very well on the defensive end there. Keep it out. Challenge as well, but comes out towards Flyers. You can't really get too much with that pass. Stewie popping it away. Pater with 0 boost. Beautiful challenge to keep it out of the hands of the Flyers player, and you see that they're doing well to not get Flyers set up at all for their plays, and if they are, they're picking an amazing time to challenge said solo plays. Like they're not going too early or too late. They're usually really precise with the timing on the challenge, and it's making it a lot easier for them to play this game defensively, even if it has to take a double commit on the ball to do so. They'll keep them scoreless as long as this ball hits the ground. Touch out to the side might just do it, but Flyers, they want to see this one go in the back of the net. They don't want to get shut out. Mogi towards the net, blocked away by Cato. Follows up on this ball, fakes around, and one has a flip, reset. Series is going to pop this one towards the other end. Maybe a 0-second goal of their own, and they go coast to coast and actually make it 5-0.
Yeah, not too bad from Minneapolis, but we've kind of been talking about them a lot. But for St. Cloud, you lose 5-0. It's whatever. They score one at 0 seconds. But I think their defensive structure has been kind of iffy, to say the least. I think they found themselves in awkward spots a lot of the time, but they don't really need to be. At least 2 of the goals just came off their third man just overcommitting and going for the goal. I get it. You're an offensive team, but I mean, it's not the regular season. You got to play. I think you do have to play somewhat differently when it is single elim. And there's a lot of chance to jump in those standings.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a matter of I think yeah, especially with an offensive team like this, I think their biggest issue they've been having is that there's a lot of transitions that happen in this game going from offense to defense and defense to offense. And miracles are forcing the offense to defense like really quick transitions for flyers where it feels like they have possession, it feels like they have the ball. And the way they challenge it, it quickly turns into miracles having to play a bit more defensively, a bit more passive. Or sorry, the Flyers. And Flyers aren't recognizing when they have to kind of lay off of it, when their third is overcommitted, when there is no one back, right? So I think they're just stuck trying to play offense too much. And, you know, Rocket League is definitely about scoring 100%, but at the end of the day, right, if you score one goal and your opponent doesn't score anything, you win. I think it's more about not getting scored on, if anything, but they're constantly, it feels like they're just constantly trying to score as much as they can instead of maybe prioritizing keeping it out of their own net, as you said. But we'll see in this game 3, you already see a lot more physicality from the Flyers off that opening kickoff, but not much sense then. Kato in a 1v1 pops over to Stewie, but it's too fast.
Yeah, Stewie not in the greatest position there, a little bit in front of his first man, but what a pass and what a shot by Pater.
Yeah, I mean, you can't draw this up any better. Stewie from this stealing pops it down to the open teammate. All 3 players in the net, doesn't matter. Bar down slot. Kato touching where Pater's absolute heater went bar down and in. And what more do you want from your challenger sub at that point?
Yeah, I mean, doing exactly what you want, but Stewie in a very awkward spot. 0 boost, a double save by the Miracles defense to keep their lead intact for the moment. Water 50 towards middle. Mogi will have full boost. Challenged early by Stewie. He will beat him. Nothing in the tank. Doesn't get the reset. Moss calls him off just wide. Pater takes it himself, but not the greatest air dribble. An awkward touch by Water. And Kato's been playing great. Every single time that St. Cloud's been even semi-awkward, it feels like he's been there to just pounce on it and just take control of the ball as he does it right again. Ball goes into the St. Cloud corner. He has Stewie in the middle. Kato the bump. Kato the pass. Stewie just wide. Couldn't get the height needed for that. Now Mogi, other end, has one touch over the middle. Kato, a great save. And the lead stays intact, although not as dominant in the first 2 minutes as we saw in either game 1 or 2.
I mean, like I said, doesn't matter how many opportunities you miss on offense, as long as you keep it out of your own net, all is well. And they're doing a good job of that so far. That was a weak touch through Stewie off guard, but they hang on. And Flyers have been a lot harder to get on offense. They've been a lot less willing to send that third man up. But that being said, they still need to put a goal in of their own. They're an offensively sided team. Maybe that one's in, but Kato with low boost, and I've been calling his name a lot. You were talking about him earlier, and yeah, he's been the main contributor on these transition plays for the Miracles, and there's not much you can do there if you're on defense. Pater 0 tries to make the challenge, goes under Kato. Stewie caught with just absolutely nothing. I mean, that's what it's gonna have to take though to get through that Miracle squad, is everybody being 0 boost. No one can challenge the ball. No one can really go for it. And even then, it just barely scrapes by the net.
Yeah, for sure. Right there, it was Water to Mogi, and you talked about them in our little pre-show. Made it happen there. Pater, oh, he couldn't get around it. Stewie up, but it's a pinch. Kato will be back, and the Flyers offense seems to have found their groove for once.
What a
pinch! Kato gets the goal. I believe it was an own goal. But still insane.
I think Kato just got it right past Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it got tipped, but I think
it got power. It got a lot of power off that skim touch. But either way, there wasn't really anyone back. I think maybe if the extra power isn't there, there might be a save, but that's still just really rough. And see, right off the kickoff, doesn't have any boost. Kato will save his skin now. That looks scary for a second.
Yep, the kickoff's playing right into Minneapolis' favor. They've been pretty good with them today. A bump on to Stewie. Kato just yams it through. 3-1, 2 minutes left. Minneapolis shocking both of us, honestly. We both picked St. Cloud, and I mean they look good. Both players up, so Pater will be last. It's a race to the ball. Water with the shot. It's wide. He misses the double. Couldn't find the placement he needed, and it goes the other way.
Good from Pater to get a touch on that, though. It would have popped right back out in front of his net. Surely to a St. Cloud player. Keeps it out. Water goes missing. Stewie has a little bit of time on this. Tries to just try to hook it at the net. Make someone overcommit, make a mistake, but they hang on to the ball. Don't have a lot of boost to really continue this. Water on it, though. Has the funds, but it's blocked away again. Again, they're just not giving St. Cloud any space or time on the ball at all. They're not letting them play their game, which is, I think, the main contributor to why they can't set anything up on offense. As I say that, there's a chance for Mogi. A bump attempt, but the shot goes high. If that was on target, surely would have been in. The bump did connect. 50. Awkward for Stewie, but he does make the touch. Buying his team time, and that's all that needs to happen. They're up by 2 goals. Only a minute left. Kato. Keep this one away from their net, far away as possible. Big fake comes out. Stewie, his turn to go for the ball. Can he really read this on the ceiling? He does. A beautiful read by Stewie on that defensive play right there. Not an easy ball to get to by any means. Mass now. Really get to 50 the way he wants it to go. Mogi being a nuisance on the ball. Maybe an opening for Water, but Pater swoops in at the last second. Huge clear downfield, burning so much more time off the clock.
A great demo by Pater as well at the end of that to stop the air dribble. Mogi, nothing there. And, I mean, Minneapolis feels like they're challenging immediately every single time St. Cloud even has a chance at a solo play. And you have to find a way to counteract that. Kato with the touch towards the middle. It's blocked out. Water sends it. Stewie just beats him to the ball. Bang downfield. Water towards the backboard. Pater has it. And Minneapolis takes a 2-1 lead in the series to, I mean, you said 6 or 7, but I did not expect this.
Yeah, I mean, Miracles, I think after that game 1, they found out kind of what Flyers wanted to do, how they wanted to play, and their main objective has just been to not let them play the way they want to play, and it's been working wonders for them. For over the past, aside from game 1, which is an absolute shootout, Miracles are outscoring Flyers 6-1 right now. Every 1 goal that Flyers have been able to score so far, Miracles have put up 6. They put up, actually, no, even more. It is, so what, they scored 5 last game? 8-1. It's a more even crazy statistic than I said. Every 1 goal that Flyers have scored so far from games 2 and 3, Miracles have had 8 to answer back. So,
not to cut you off, but for such an offensively heavy team like the Flyers, besides, I mean, game 1, they've been neutralized, and I mean, maybe it's just brute forcing the offense till it works, but I think a complete play style change, at least to try and get the momentum back in your favor. Force an OT, something like that. Give yourself a chance, because Minneapolis they're on a downhill trajectory right to ending this series and taking a 3-1 lead here if they can find another dominant win.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, imagine if Miracles get another win in that kind of fashion where they just have so much control over both ends of the pitch. It'd be huge. You see a lot more speed. I want to see him commit more to this aggressive play style. They tried it off the rip in game 2, off the kickoff. Beautiful ceiling challenge by Kato. Actually gets a second challenge, maybe shooting opportunity, but Stewie cut out. Pater gets bumped. I was talking about how they should keep doing that, even if, you know, it doesn't work out for him for 1 play. They should continue with it, and there it is. The bump comes through. I think that's might be the missing component in their offense. They started doing it in game 2. It didn't really work out in the first like 30 seconds, and they kind of just quit doing it. But now, I think especially after that one, they might stick to trying to harass the Miracle squad a bit more physically.
Yeah, for sure. Right there is just kind of a missed time challenge by Stewie that led to Pater just being in a very unfavorable position. Water in the Octane, now the flick towards net, not the greatest. We'll want that one back. Good touch by Moss towards the corner, but Kato cleans it up. But Moss gets the demo on the way, so Stewie out of the play. Pater, no boost to his name. Water can control with nothing in his tank now. Drop down low, Pater does just clear it for the moment. Shots wide. Stewie will start the air dribble and just try and clear his line. He will. Pater through the corner. A good touch, no. Stewie now, it's his turn, and most of the offense, when they do get pressure into St. Cloud's side, has been coming through that corner. Mogi fakes it out for Moss. What a touch. What a save by Pater. The reaction's on point there. Water 50 away. Got the reset off of it, so he'll be able to recover out pretty quickly. Kato up to Stewie. They've been very good in this series so far. Mogi from his own corner, looking for anything right quickly by Minneapolis. And it's not so much the speed, the shot. Not good enough. Pater clears it away just barely, and St. Cloud have just been slightly off so far in this series, but still in the lead in this game. The first time since game 1.
Yeah, and it's only by 1 goal. It's still really anyone's game at this point. Oh, Stewie needs to kind of be hitting that. It kind of leads towards more offense towards his end, but not scored on directly from it. Mogi has the reset off the backboard, leaves it for Moss. That's, oh my goodness. The psycho touch to skim it back to his teammate. I mean, in every world, you usually see Mogi trying to slam that one through off the double, but he hits it backward towards his teammate, catching everybody in the entire lobby except for the striker off guard, and make it 2-0. And that's the kind of creativity they're going to need against this Miracles defense. They're really making them work for these goals, but back down the other end, they need to start finding something of their own. It seems they've been kind of flat since that game. That one actually just flies his way, and I didn't think that one was on target.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but Pater was no boost. I mean, not really much he could do. Still slotted by Mogi, but back to the goal they scored before that, off the skim. I mean, that's beautiful because Stewie did honestly have a chance to save the double. As soon as that pass goes wide, Stewie's a deer in the headlights. He's not doing anything there unless he pre-jumps in and gets insanely lucky. Kato downfield. It's been a huge St. Cloud swing. It's a 3v1, but a great save by Mogi. Pater back towards net. Moss cleans it up, and he will get a second touch. He still has control of it with no boost, playing out of this world on that drive right there. Fired towards net. Water. What a shot by him. The net just left open. Stewie, Pater, and Kato just left in a very bad spot. There's a double commit. And it's 4-0 St. Cloud.
I mean, Kato still has most of the net crew. He kind of shot it in really the only place that Kato couldn't really reach it, which is top right, and even then it had to have some power on it. But I mean, this is the kind of offensive powerhouse that I think we're used to seeing. I think they're finding some cracks of Miracles of their own. They're finally making kind of the counter adaptation to Miracles' game plan. Mogi triple tap not finding its way in. Only just over a minute for Miracles to really get anything going. You kind of want them to kind of put a goal through here just to kind of get that momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, for
really
sure.
Helps in the best of 7 series, but last thing they need is more goals to fall through. Not happening so far, but nobody really having any boost to help clear it out. Here's Kato with 100. Can't quite make the 50. Pater does get that pad onto the ceiling. He has space on the ball. Doesn't really get the touch that he wanted, the first touch he wanted though. Kato can't get a follow-up. Mogi gets blocked away by Stewie. So far this series has been good. In this game, he's been a bit quiet. 50 not going the way they wanted it to, but thankfully, player downfield misses the redirect. Now 30 seconds left. Again, I think they're just looking for that momentum goal. They're just looking to kind of get their mental back up in this series. I think some shenanigans happening for Flyers on the offensive end there.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a great touch away. Can Pater beat one? He will. He actually beats two. Water has to scramble back for the touch. Stewie towards the net. It's just wide. Kato will tap it in. They're not going to win this game, but hey, a goal's a goal. It helps. Helps the mental maybe a little bit. But I mean, for St. Cloud, this is everything you wanted. I mean, you still give up a goal, but I mean, who cares? You make it a 2-2 series, and momentum swung back to your side. It was convincing. The offense was there, and until the very end of this game, Flyers were out shooting the Miracles 12-2. So just dominant from them in game 4. Game 5 underway. As soon as this ball hits the ground, we've seen a couple instances of 0-second plays. Not this time. Game 5 will be huge for both teams. I think it's a must win at this point.
Yeah, I mean, having that match point advantage, I mean, this was a must win for Flyers. If Miracles came away with this one, it would have been triple match point for him, and surely even if Flyers take away 2, they at least have enough time to kind of gather themselves and win one more game in the series. But now it's anyone, like you said, it's kind of anyone's ball game. And whoever wins this match will have match point set up for them, but not as comfortable as the triple match point. All it'll take is just one string, two good games, and you saw Miracles do it early on in the series in a very, very convincing and comfortable fashion. Even after that kind of big loss they had in that game 1. Maybe it's just history repeating itself. Maybe we see Flyers kind of have a breakout game and then Miracles kind of contain it again for two more games, but have to wait and see. This is game 5, I do believe. Yeah. Game 5 series looking like it might have the legs to go to game 7, but again, so much riding on this game. The odds that you win a series, if you win the best of 5, if you get to match point first, is tremendously high. Huge advantage if you win this game, but right off the rip, it is Flyers going right back to business as usual, but only for so long.
Yeah, Mogi sent that one to the stratosphere on that shot. Not one he's going to want to see again. But Kato will play it from his own corner. Stewie on no boost. And the boost totals for Minneapolis in last game, and honestly, most of the games have been low. They haven't really had the boost most times. When they've found success, it's when they've had boost. I mean, that's pretty common, but St. Cloud has done such a good job at taking the big pads, even getting the small pads, but when Minneapolis' side just not allowing it, Stewie with a big whip. It's going to set up Mogi. Pater does go. Should be fine. Stewie with some boost. Half a tank. He'll just lob it downfield. Water looking for the psycho. Gets the second touch, but not the ideal one, I believe. Kato gets the full tank and just dusted to it. Pater has to make it. Not the greatest touch. Moss, can he punish him? No. It was an awkward run-up. Water a good 50. And the pressure mounting so far. Kato a good bump. Can he turn? Moss will beat him out. 2 go. Pater last back. Moss one touch towards the backboard. Pater has it scouted. And I feel like this is the longest we've been into a game without a goal.
Yeah, usually there's one within the first minute. Maybe we just curse it there, but no, Stewie will get the doink touch over to Kato. Good heads-up play from Moss to be able to get in the way of that. That was surely on target if he didn't jump for it. Mogi flip, reset, gets out. Pater actually stays in front of the ball. Saves a flip of his own for that challenge. Now back down the other end. It's the open space. Kato, huge fake out. Maybe wasn't expecting the defender to go missing on that one. Stewie trying to put it towards middle. Kato backward. That's a bit of a miscommunication on the side of Miracles, but still slows down the offense enough for Stewie at least to get back and make a save. But that goes dangerously back towards the middle. Huge clear out. That's what they needed. Finding time to get boost. You see Kato flipping, trying to get to the ball as fast as he possibly can. Pater towards the backboard. Stewie's up. Stewie's on target, but Water will deny it, and we still, half the game gone, have not had a goal fall through.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like St. Cloud's playing a lot less risky. I mean, you get it. You get it. But so different from how they've played honestly, most of the series. Mogi to pass the water. A chance for the offense now. Kato, what can he do? It's not enough. Pater was in an awkward spot. Water just slots it again. He loves that top right corner. 2 minutes to play. St. Cloud are just a few minutes away from going on match point.
Yeah, but not if Miracles have anything to say about it. Still 2 whole minutes left in this game. Mogi trying to widen that lead though. Flip reset air dribble almost finding its way through. Kato this time with absolutely no boost making the save. Mogi has the ball again, has a full tank. Bit of a huge miscommunication on the goal line, but they keep it out. Follow up from Pater. Stop any follow up, and actually 50s towards the net. Pater in the transition, getting a surprise goal. And just like that, we're tied back up.
Yeah, put him on a poster, Pater. Tell him, you're a Prem player. 144 to play. 1-all. You're in a big game 5. Anybody's game. I mean, that was completely against the run of play. Pater, it's another good kickoff win. Kato, the touch towards the wall. Can he get a second? No. I don't think he got the first touch he wanted there that could have given him a chance. Water up. He's been so dangerous today. Pater does clear it for the moment. Mogi towards the middle. Kato has to make a touch. He will. Mogi will turn in. He's beat by Pater, but it's a good pinch for St. Cloud. Kato another good 50. Water towards the sidewall. Gets it away. Stewie up. Kato with one more. Looks for the double. Nothing. A pass to Stewie. Actually a tie. Pater does go. Kato on low boost. He'll get the 100 and he will have time. Hits it away to Stewie. Stewie was looking for the pass back. That 1-2 play. It's been there for most time. Mogi the bump. Nothing. 55 seconds to play. And it is... Oh my. Kato downfield. It's offline. Moss misses. Kato buries it. 48 seconds. Minneapolis lead.
There's so many threatening looks on both ways. I saw bump, air dribble bump. Surely that one falls in. Nope, saved away. You saw Stewie line up the passing play, but that one was blocked, and it had to be a defender just making a misread on a bounce like that. And sure, oh yeah, maybe he whiffed the ball, but that's not an easy read to make, especially when you're getting free jumps and pressured. You need to go up quick. You cannot take your time on it. Maybe they get a response. And just like that, any hope that Miracles had about riding this one out to the 0-0 seconds is gone. Water buries this one, and he's been absolutely potent in front of the net.
Yeah, Water has had some great goals, and he's also he's been there when St. Cloud's needed him. Bang downfield. Pater launches it right back at him. 25 seconds to play. A goal here could do everything for you. Or will we finally get an OT on stream? Moss towards net. He fakes it out. Mogi will get the second touch, and he has sub control on 50. Moss on no boost. We can't turn. He gets the full. Kato tries to play it around him. Nothing there. 5 seconds. Stewie up. 50 away. Moss. One touch to the corner. I don't think it's what he wanted, but it's still up. Pater lets it hit wisely. And we go to OT here in game 5.
It had to be an inevitability in a game 7 setting, or sorry, a best of 7 setting. Maybe a kickoff goal though might just throw it away right away, but no, I mean both of these teams have been so even so far. You'd be surprised that this is our first one of the series. That is a huge mistouch in the corner, but Pater will stay in front of the ball thankfully, avoiding disaster. In overtime, that would have been a huge mental goal to let in if your miracle is to kind of just ball your own team, but won't happen. Pater, ceiling read, but he saves his own shot. That was an amazing read, and it just goes post and out into his car. That is so unfortunate. That would have been an amazing goal, but we play on. Goes right back over to the man himself. Can't quite find anything more. 0 boost, trying to pass it down. Does get it around, forces a triple commit. Stewie to clean up, can't get the power on it that he needed. Awkward shooting angle. Mogi to collect, does get the catch that he wants. Beautiful flick. Stewie saves that away. Demo chasing on the goal line, doesn't amount to much. Kato Try to get this one back on the other end, man. And if Miracles don't win this one, that has to just be robbery on the goal line of what just happened from Pater's double tap.
Oh, Pater with a whiff there. Water has the reset. Water had a chance, but nothing there. Stewie back downfield, but not far enough. Mogi can control. Pater will go up first. Beats him out before he could really use the reset. Water's awkward. Kato with a 50 and touchdown field, but Moss not great. Downfield once more. Kato just saying, I'm going to go. Calls his teammate off. Do it in himself. Kato gets the full boost as well and the steal. That one's going to be off the ceiling. Where's the shot? Nothing there. Stewie and Pater kind of in the same spot. Kato up again. Not off the ceiling. He gets the pass down. Still. Oh my, what a touch by Stewie. Just sends it a long way. Pater. One more touch. Nothing there. Off the backboard, it's a whiff by Water. And the whiffs, the misplays, they've been apparent in this overtime. More so, honestly, just in this full game compared to any other in this series. Maybe the nerves finally starting to set in.
The nerves, maybe. I've felt it too. Every single second that ticks down, it's more and more pressure on you to play your game and not mess up your role. Flip reset blocked away by Stewie, but it's still dangerous in front of the box. He makes a way to stay in front of it. Kato was awkward, but makes the 50. A bit scary there. Gets a beat on one. It's a 1v1. Stewie demo hunting. Kato can't play it over the last man. Beautiful save from Mogi to keep it out. Had only a split second to react and jump in time for that ball. Otherwise, he was sure as dead in the net. Kato towards the backboard, blocked away. Pater doing good not to overcommit, but the pass is there. It's too far in front. Moss to the corner. It goes over Stewie. Numbers advantage in the transition. And oh man, if you're Miracles, you really feel like you want that one back.
Yeah, Pater turning in midfield leaves Stewie in a 2v1. It gives the Flyers a 3-2 advantage, and I mean, if we could throw you back to Pater's shot that goes off the post and off of his car, that would have put him up. I mean, it was a great shot. It deserved to be a goal. And now they're on the other end of it. They got to win 2 in a row if they want to keep their major chances alive.
And even if it didn't touch his car, it wasn't going to go straight in. It needed an assist to kind of go over the goal line. And there was a Flyers player in the net, or at least one that was going to get there. So sometimes that post just really does not want you to score. And if you're on the wrong end of it, it can just feel like you're playing slot machine sometimes with the bounces. But regardless, if the only way that Miracles don't win that overtime is some really, really unfortunate post bounce, I mean, how are these last 2 games going to go? Are they going to get deflated from that? Or are they going to be able to rebound? Are they going to be able to rally themselves? And I mean, we all know what the winning mentality is. You need to kind of gather yourselves. You need to just put it behind you. And, you know, they've won 2 in a row. They had them under control. They can definitely do it again. For most of that OT, it felt like they were in control, but right back into this game, and it's 0-0 yet again.
Yeah, looking to force a game 7. Kato plays it down. Pater up, but he's just dunked out by Mogi. It's a demo. Mogi can't finish. The net was open for a second, but couldn't capitalize. Moss, a missed touch. Water just bangs it downfield, alleviates the pressure. And we are, I mean, this could be it right here. But, Mogi was standing.
Goodness gracious. What in tarnation am I witnessing on my screen? Mogi, flip reset double tap off the ceiling. And picks the top left corner just to add on top of that. That is an absolute heater of a shot to open game 6. I mean, elimination match for Miracles. The last thing you want to have happen to you is for Mogi to hit a clip on your entire team, but here we are, still having a whole 4 minutes left to play, but man, that is tough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, still a lot of time to play. Water towards the net. It's saved by all 3 players. It was a triple commit by Kato doing his part. You flick it past Stewie. Stewie looked for the hook shot, nothing. Pater, no boost, dunked out.
Ooh,
Moss the
that's not
shot,
good.
Moss the goal. And the team that scores first, I feel like they always win. And 2 goals. Still 4 minutes to play, but 2 goals needed. And they are up against.
I mean, this is the issue though with these early leads is they still have a good chunk of the game left to find themselves, and I feel like they're gonna need every second of that 4 minutes because this is not a dude, man. Flyers, when they get hot, have got to be the most scary offensive team in Premier, easily. But being on the other end of that, they haven't been letting up free ones. It's been taking all 3 players of Flyers to take 50s, to take shots, to steal boosts, to be able to create these chances. Water with a double flip reset. Everyone's feeling is what I'm talking about. Whenever they get confident, it's scary. But so far, it's only still kept 0-2, but more and more time ticking down, more and more in favor of Flyers. Kato, maybe with a solo play of his own, trying to go high. Flip reset under 1. Can't get the follow pass. Pater's shot blocked away, and Miracles still kept scoreless.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Hard.
Oh.
Okay, Stewie. Good pass by Kato.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll tap in by Stewie, but hey, it works. Only needs 1 more, 250. You were talking about the early lead. This is kind of the downfall. It's a 1-goal game. I mean, 1 bad 50.
yeah, that's all it takes. I mean,
Yeah.
I was kind of glazing Mogi's shot, but I mean, that pass from Kato is just almost as good. Solo playing 2 players at the flip reset and getting a pass off. And yeah, all it takes is 1 more good play like that, and all of a sudden we're tied up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, plenty of time for some magic to still happen. Kato gets the pinch, but he's still dunked by Moss, who fires it towards Stewie, has to make the save. That could potentially keep them in this major. Mogi a reset, tries to go under. Water beats out 2, but he can't get a follow-up. Moss just sends it across. Wait, Mogi caught out a bit. Should be fine. Kato again, 50. Stewie towards the crossbar. He drills it. That could have been the chance. I mean, that was it. You have to bury that.
Yeah.
No time though. Do not let the mental get chalked. Miracles have been inches away in this series from, I mean, winning or at least being tied. Water off the right wall. The Musty has a more touch. Mogi up. Hit away. Water still got credit for the shot. Kato tries to fire towards mid. Nothing there. Off the backboard. Should be okay. As Pater takes a 50, 130. Kato again. No boost, but he still beats 1 out. Can Stewie find it this time?
Yep.
He will.
Yep. Yep. Stewie this time does not miss on that one. Granted, on that last 50 that popped up, he was following a bit close. He didn't really have. He got it up as fast as he possibly could. He still couldn't get above the ball enough to get it under the crossbar, but regardless, more than makes up for it, tying the game up 2 apiece. Pater trying to make it 3-2, but blocked away right off the kickoff. Huge demo coming through, though. Kato, a lot of space on this ball. Water up. Gets a huge beat. Waterfall bounce down, leaves it. Stewie can get there in time. All of a sudden, Pater's up against the entire offense of Flyers. Has to dodge a demo. Makes a beautiful save on that ceiling shot. You've seen Flyers shout everything. Now it's Kato on his last leg. Both of his teammates there to help him out. Pater, follow up, just puts it just not far enough out of Moss's reach, and huge panic on. This is the first time I think we've genuinely seen a major panic play coming up from the Miracles where it hurts them. And I mean, to happen in the waning moments of Game 6 is not the time to do it.
Yeah, Stewie just did not get the touch I think he wanted. I mean, he tried to rush the player. He did. That was just unfortunate. Pater couldn't find the read. Now Kato, he's been the catalyst so far, doing almost everything. Water will stay on this ball and just kill more time. Mogi was trying to end it there. Now Kato once more. Does not have the boost for it. Mogi steals it and retains possession of the ball. That was filthy by Mogi. Gets
Oh, that's a huge
out. Water, that dagger.
Maybe not quite over yet. 30 seconds, but that's, I mean... okay, on the replay on my end, he hit the ball. I think that was the most unintentional BS fake ever. It was a ghost that he literally went through the ball. I mean, you know, and if your Miracle's trying to defend that, you have to just, you know, you don't have control over that play. You have to play. What an amazing save by Stewie to keep them alive. Maybe they find some miracle play to happen here. It's a 3v0. Hold on. 11 seconds left. I mean, they scored one here with just 20. And
that's a great touch by Stewie.
I mean, Stewie, yes, you've been saying his name. Yeah, he's been making mistakes, but he's also the entire reason why they're even in this game in the first place. Has a hat trick off of Kato's assist. Kato off the kickoff. 8 seconds to go. You said the dagger. I said hold on, and I am clenching my chair right now. 8 seconds left, Iwu, and we have a tie game in Game 6.
Yeah, I might have spoke too soon, not gonna lie. I forgot about the fact that the Flyers kickoffs today have not been good, to say the least. No one's fired there. Kato will control.
What an amazing follow-up touch.
Game 6 OT, no. Mogi keeps it up. He already has a real wonder goal today. Beats one. Mogi.
Oh my goodness.
Back-to-back OTs after not having one for the first 4 games. Can Pater get retribution for the goal he was stolen from him by the post in Game 5? Kato last up.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
Can it be?
That's not what you want to see. I mean, as soon as I saw this beat from Water, it was dire. Stewie, no boost. Kato, man, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're Miracles. It was in the palm of your hand. They had Flyers under control. They had them contained. But Flyers, then they got cornered. They got the most vicious. That's when they became the most mechanical. That's when they turned it up to 11. And I mean, it's not like Miracles were outpaced. They had back-to-back overtime losses is what killed them. I mean, they were there strut for strut, pace for pace, step for step throughout the entire series, and just until those last moments in overtime. And it was 2 very unfortunate goals. I mean, you really gotta look at. I hate putting so much pressure on one player on one shot, but I mean, if that doesn't go post and into his car and out of the net, all of a sudden Miracles have that match point advantage, and who knows from there. But we'll never know. Rocket League is like that sometimes, unfortunately, and Miracles, they walk away with a what if scenario, and that's it. And I know that's not a good feeling to walk away with.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough for them. I mean, granted, you took a very talented St. Cloud team to 6 with 2 challenger sub-ups. I mean, Kato's a prim player, but still was technically drafted challenger. So I mean, doesn't hang your head at, honestly. But for St. Cloud, they're moving on, and I think they could give whoever they play trouble if they can keep those mechanics up, and we'll see what they can do later on, as we will go to a short break, and we will catch you guys back here for the quarterfinals of the Premier Major.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Premier Major. I'm Ari. Very quick break. Not usually something we have on the MCS streams, but we're trying to keep things rolling. We're trying to keep on schedule, which is usually not not ever accomplished, but we try our best. I mean, when you have series that go as long as that one, it's kind of tough, but we're going for this Rangers versus Buffalo matchup. Rangers actually taking Mankato out, and I think that's a team that Mankato, I mean, Ambrosia, Fusion, and Night Fang, I mean, that's a team that a lot of people had their eyes on, but I mean, I think Rangers might be a sleeper team. Everybody on that team maybe not be like a standout player like a Mogi or Boggs or anything like that, but I mean, they're all really good players. And so that, I mean, Rocket League is a 3 versus 3 game. It's not a 1v3, it's not a 2v3, it's 3 versus 3. When you have all 3 players having good solid gameplay, it makes it a lot easier to win those 3v3 scenarios. I mean, they didn't have to take it to game 7, but they find themselves here against the Buffalo with Tater, Bubbly, and Daffy. And right off the rip, kickoff goal. Can't even go 2 seconds without something happening, I guess. But another roster I think that maybe people might be sleeping on. So I'm not really too in talks with the Premier chat. Obviously, I'm not a Premier player. I'm not even close. But you know, looking at who Buffalo had to beat to get here, they had to go through the jungle first, which again, if any of these teams had to have a sub or something happen, I have no idea, but 4-0 jungle to get here kind of been easy. And I mean, that might be a double-edged sword, because you know, the confidence of a sweep's really good, but having an opponent that can challenge you also helps a lot. And I mean, we'll see. Rangers, aside from that first goal, it's been kind of contained, kind of quiet from Buffalo, but
Yeah. I do know that I've heard a lot of that shot by Latimus, but I do know that Hibic's team, I don't think they're slept on, but I think them not having their full roster for, I believe, like most of the season. I know Ghosty's subbed up twice, and he's a Rising Star player.
Ghosty had to
No matter what he says, he does play in Rising Star.
Oh, but the Rising Star chats go crazy. If you guys that don't know, the Rising Star chats go insane.
But I mean, this is the first time they've had their full roster, and I feel in a bit, especially after making some roster moves in the trade window, and to knock off the 3 seed, you know, it's kind of a bad matchup for Mankato. But right now, it's a tie game, and that kickoff goal is nullified. And in this best of 7, winner goes to the semis and gets a good amount of points. It could be huge for Hibbing to jump from 14th, you know, not into like a top 8 spot, I believe, but even to just bring the momentum into the second half of the season. It's fired downfield by Trash, saved away by Tater. Fishy, nothing there. I will say, I know Buffalo likes the demo. That's what I've heard. So I will be gotta watch out for that if you're Hibbing. And we didn't really get to do predictions. We got into this quick. But since it's tied,
Yeah,
I'll go
quick.
Hibbing in 5. Gotta support my guys.
Yeah.
I should.
Hibbing in 5. Might have cursed them a bit. Just a goal. Just a goal. 3 whole minutes left. That's just a really unfortunate 50 in front of the goal. I know how much you can do about that one, but I mean, yeah, I don't want to curse Rangers. It felt like we almost cursed Flyers last series, but I don't know. I just like the Rangers roster on paper. Lutumos almost getting a peak shot of the day so far. Blocked away though. Trash. Crossbar, can't find anything, but yeah, Rangers definitely my go-to. I think it'll be at least 6 games. It'll be 5 or 6. I'd say 6 games in this series. Hopefully it's 5. Just for stream schedule's sake, but
I think it's really going to go to 6.
Oh, what a touch. Yeah, Hibbing's offense has been solid. They haven't really found like the shots, but they've been able to create chances. Trash. Bit of an awkward touch. He's gonna have to beat Daffy in the air. He will. He can't continue it as Tater collects off the ceiling. Not the greatest launch that he wants. Bubbly Reaper leaves it. Daffy just skied it. Absolutely skied it. Oh my goodness.
There wasn't really anybody that he had to shoot around. He kind of just had to shoot it straight into that open left side of the net. And yeah, like you said, he skied it. Not the only missed shot we've seen of today. I mean, it's a lot easier to kind of point at these open nets. Like, how'd you miss that? The pace of the game though is so quick. Sometimes you don't even realize it's open, but it's been settled. It's quite different from the game 1 of old that we saw in the first series. But
yeah, Fishy's very awkward. Gets demoed for his cries. It was a trade at the end. Launched toward the backboard. Omaha kind of just playing the time game, just wasting it away. Daffy a pass down. Tater looking for the bump. Bubbly not going. He'll get beat out. Tater has to make the save. Fishy off the wall to Trash, who can't. He does get the touch. Not in a favorable position. Latimus off the wall, dunked away. Tater is just going everywhere and doing everything for the moment. A missed bump by Latimus. The Trash. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but that's how I would say it here in the
Latumos. Usually how I go about it.
Well,
there's also Latimos. It's a very odd spelled name.
It is an odd name.
I think we have pronunciations for every player, though they have to. I think when you signed up, you had to say how to pronounce your name. I've always pronounced it as Latumos, which has been okay.
All right. Well, Ari's talking.
I got.
Yeah.
My door barge down.
It's hit away. Fishy, like another 50 away. Daffy up, looking downfield to Tater. Little passing play to end it. Daffy can't put the dagger in yet. It's still up. Fishy off the wall. Gets one touch to Trash. For it. No. Game 1 will go the way of the Buffalo. And I mean, it wasn't too dominant from them at kickoff goal, and then just a dunk on the goal line. They had chances. I mean, Buffalo looked solid. 7 shots to 5 for them. It's a close series, or it's a close game 1, and probably going to be a close series. Latumo's the only goal for Hibbing, but you know they're the underdogs here by every estimation. Got to play smart, play civil. No more kickoff goals. We've seen probably too many of them for Premier's stream slot today. So we'll see what happens. In the other matchups,
that was a good game 1. Like I said, usually they're all scrappy, but Majors is usually the only exception. You see teams have a whole best of 7 series to kind of warm up. They're able to come into a series a lot more hot, a lot more kind of with a game plan. But yeah, Rangers start out 0-1 in this series, and like I said, I think the most important, most of the meat on the bone in a best of 7s, usually in games 2 or 3. Usually as you see a lot of that because, you know, again, you win 1, but you know, how do you respond? Are you going to concede? Is it going to get tied up? Or are you going to start out on a strong foot and go 2-0 up? And then from there, it's such a big deciding factor momentum-wise in the series. Beautiful dunk on the goal line. Follow-up just too late. And Rangers hold on by the skin of the teeth and survive. Bubbly Reaper. 50. Not quite going his way. Latumos almost getting up in time to get to that one. Fishy towards the backboard. Had an open net. I don't think he realized it. Shot goes high, and Rangers don't get anything out of it.
Yeah, I don't really think he had the angle there to put enough power where it needed to be. Bubbly down to Daffy. Daffy just wide. He got the bump, but nothing else. A demo by Trash. Fishy onto the backboard. He's demoed. Daffy towards that. What a save. Latumos up. Controls once, but can't get another one. Bubbly Reaper to Daffy. And the offensive pressure from Omaha has been incredible. It's a double commit, though. Bubbly Reaper last back. Fishy gets the touch, but no boost. He was awkward a chance. Latumos. Daffy sweeps the line, and Fishy takes a 50 away. Tater, one touch, looking for the second, just beat out. Absolutely dusted the ball. Latumos to Trash on no boost. Bubbly, pretty simple touch for him. Tater goes up, a great read by Fishy to block it out. Latumos downfield, and it's been one loft. They kind of just loft the ball up. Omaha gets one more touch maybe. Hibbing just sends it a long way, and it's been no sustained offense for the Rangers so far. Latumos has the range back. He will. Bubbly just waiting for that second touch from Fishy, who will send it to the corner. And Hibbing, I want to see a bit more sustained offense. Tater shouldn't miss, but he couldn't control it. It was a good demo, and that one goes by the wayside once more.
Fishy. I get a challenge in here. Still 0-0 game. Both teams been so quiet so far. That is not what you want if you're Tater. The backflip killing any and all of an offensive chance that he set himself up for. Fishy, huge clear downfield. Daffy able to collect into the corner to Bubbly. Dunked away by Latumo. Scored central. Players go missing. Fishy. Shot saved towards the backboard. It's still not out of the woods yet. Demo comes through. A bit of a scramble on the goal. Latumo towards the top left. Fishy cannot make contact. Trash trying to score with the dying embers of that offensive attack. Lands right into the hands of Latumos. Up quick. Holding onto this in the air. Blocked away by Tater, but it lands right back into the hands of the Rangers offensive player. Gets a flicker on one. Can't find another. No juice on that flick at all. So a flurry of offense coming in for Rangers. Still not done yet. Towards the net. Might just float its way in. You've got to be. That's the one that falls its way through.
What? Oh, a huge miss by Tater.
Oh, he want to save himself about 8 times.
You know what? I get it. I do the same exact thing. But an unlucky goal if you're Omaha, not one that you would think would ever go in. The XG on that would not be high, especially at this level. As that one, it was a miss, but Daffy will collect. Latumo's just there already. And when Hibbing has gotten set up on offense and in this blue side, they've looked so dangerous. They haven't found the goals, but they've had a ton of chances they had to make, and Omaha's had to make some great saves. Trash towards the net. I mean, maybe if it was like about 300% bigger. Vladimir off the ceiling. It's a double commit.
No.
Fishy caught out. It's downfield. Latubos does clear it away on no boost. Trash off the sidewall down to his teammate once again. Tater, a 50 away. Fishy towards the net. Bubbly will clean it up. 90 seconds to play. Bubbly Reaper in the pink car. Tater to Trash. He'll miss. Latubos a 50. And Latubos, I feel like I'm always calling his name because he's always around the ball or doing something important for this Hibbing team. Tater will collect. Had the mistake that led to the only goal this game. Daffy was looking for the pass, I believe. Bubbly backs flips. Daffy nothing there. Trash downfield. Now Hibbing's able to just waste time off the clock. Latumos was looking for the read. Couldn't find it. Fishy, one touch. Can't get the second. No shot. Bubbly launched forward once again. Fishy called into action. Once more. Daffy off the corner. To Tater. Tater! What a goal.
Ties the game up 1-1 with so much time going by. I mean, you saw all 3 players on Rangers in the corner. You looked like it was safe, but just a miscommunication. They all rotate ball side. And net left wide open off of, I mean, you said it. They've had a lot of chances on offense. Haven't really been converting though. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Maybe Trash here. Ceiling shot over 2. Daffy does get a hand up. Fishy towards that top left, not falling its way yet. And follow-up shot, crossbar out. Trash on his follow-up shot. What is going on for Rangers? They need to just put it at the net. They're just... They're shooting it everywhere besides on target. Top left to the side, over the crossbar. Too wide to the back. I mean, like... They had the shots. They had them right where they wanted them. They had a no boost.
Tater.
Double tap from across the field, saved away. 0 seconds now. Rangers playing out of their own half. Latumos with boost blocked away by Daffy. Bubbly's there to collect in the midfield towards the net. It's a bit high. Spike down. And we have overtime.
Yeah. Hibbing have looked questionable in front of net as Latumos misses.
Oh,
It's 50 again. He got bumped into his own teammate. Trash, no boost. He just whiffs. Fishy, nothing. Daffy plays it over. There's two hitting players at the same spot. Fishy on the backboard. He will have time to just bang it away. Latumos looks to beat out one. He can't. Tater just faster. Looking for retribution. I mean, he tied it. He's looking for the winner now. Bubbly. Nothing there. Fishy off the wall. Tater pre-jumps. Nothing. Trash downfield. Hibbing need to start taking control of this ball. Speaking of, here's Fishy. 50 feet away. It's out. No one up. Trash does beat one out. Where's the shot? Not there. Latumos collects. Facing out Bubbly Reaper and that a 50. Fishy.
Oh, save.
What a save. It was on target. Daffy starts the air dribble, hit away, and a minute in, Hibbing have had probably the better chances so far.
Yeah, I mean, they finally get one on target, but just a beautiful read on that block. Keeps it out of the net. Trash. Hitting it up high. Blocked away, though. Goes dangerously midfield. Fishy, that would have been a ripper on net if he didn't make contact with that one. Trash getting beat on the flip reset. Lens right in the hands of Latumos. Instant challenge by Bubbly. He's been an absolute nuisance on the offensive end physically for Buffalo, and they're going to need every single advantage that they can get. Again, it just feels like Rangers just searching for that goal that they have tried oh so hard to put on target and have failed time and time again. They haven't really had any of those just chain machine gun kind of shots towards the net since that regulations kind of spree they had, but maybe there's one here, but easy save from Tater. Trash trying to set up camp, but blocked away by Bubbly, but Latumos keeps it in. Can't get the follow. It's actually towards net. Fishy will save it, though, and both teams just in a deadlock right now in overtime.
Oh, good touch by Latumos. Tater will collect and hit away. Fishy on no boost. Bubbly with a chance. Trash gonna have to make this touch. He will for now, but Tater sends it to the wall. I tried to call out what wall that was, and I knew I was gonna get it wrong. So Trash just gives it to Tater for free. Bubbly to his right. Fishy launches it up. Latumos, one touch, the double.
Oh,
no, but
what? I had no idea. Sorry, we
Yeah,
had smoke screen. Someone had a smoke line up for blue goal line. I had no idea. Yeah, that's about as scrappy as it's gonna get. Everybody diving on the same ball, and it was just, I think it was just Rangers that got there quicker, because the two demos that happened were people flipping at the ball and Rangers just barely getting there first before Buffalo did. And it ends up in a goal. And I mean, Rangers having about the same shot differential, but I mean, they had about 5 or 6 shots when they were chaining shots together that didn't count on the stat sheet that definitely were shots. But they were just hit so wide or so far off that they didn't count. And Buffalo were basically able to kind of set their controllers down and kind of just let Rangers miss about 5 times in a row, which Rangers do come away with this game, but not in comfortable fashion, especially for the amount of pressure that they had on offense. It's not the kind of production you want to see long term in a series. We'll see.
yeah, for sure. The one goal they got from Tater whiffing helps them out enough to get them this game winning. Hey, maybe that's all they need. They already went to 7 with a top team. I would not be surprised if this team went to 7 again, because, you know, why not? These games have been super close, and I mean, it's been great. Neither team really has found their shooting in the first 2 games. We'll see how game 3 treats us in a pivotal one in this best of 7.
Yeah, we go to the kickoff. Game 3 on the way. Tater on the way to this ball. Flip, reset. Not much power. Trash cannot stay in front of that ball, and Bubbly, business as usual, absolutely harassing the backline defense, and Trash just left all by himself in a 2v1.
Yeah,
Only so much you can do, and yeah.
Yep. Another goal that nothing flashy for Omaha or for Hibbing when they've gotten their goals. It's kind of just been balls kind of just tumbling over the line. And, you know, if that's what gets you the win, that's what gets you the win. But definitely not the same type of, I guess, substance as some of the goals we saw in the Minneapolis and.
Oh no. Okay, thank God. That
They
was
not
almost
for that.
that was almost tragedy for for Rangers
That was a great
Fishy.
save, to be fair.
Yeah, he
Oh.
wasn't trying to say it was his own shot. His own teammate shot. He falls in front of the net to try to recover faster and kind of gets in the one spot where his teammate could have really put it in, but it ended up being a 1v0 with the net is where it popped out to, so they breathe a sigh of relief, but man, Rangers shooting on the goal line has been all over the place this series.
Yeah, it has not been amazing so far. But Trash plays it out to the middle, just nobody there. Fishy and Latubos playing the same spot in the midfield. Fishy up for it, no. Latumos with the fake, Trash just sends it, why not? It was very awkward for his entire team there. Daffy plays Tater in, but Latumos has it scouted. I mean, it was kind of telegraphed, to be honest with you. Tater was making a sandwich up on that ball. It's a shot, and it's a goal for Fishy. A rare mistake by the Omaha defense where they weren't demoed or just, you know. It was clean Rocket League from Hibbing for once.
Right.
And that's something we have not seen most of the time.
It was a good recovery from, I think it was Trash to land kind of where the ball was headed and just get that touch out, and it threw everybody on Buffalo off. Fishy in a 1v3, almost dribbling. It does get a pass, actually, all three players. I don't know if that shot, if he got beat to the ball there, but it looked like it was Rangers who tried to shoot it. Man, what is going? I'm sorry. What is going on with the Rangers shooting in front of the net? That was I can't put my thoughts into words right now with what's happening. They're so good. They do 90% of any. They'll get the transition. They'll literally get the 1v3 solo play. They just have to. All they have to do is kind of just tap in the open, and they just haven't been able to do that. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, Latumos might have to report to the principal's office because it's getting bad. With a mistouch there, Fishy has to avoid the dunk. And Latumos does go, he gets the beat. Tater was last back there. Awkward, though. No boost. Try to find Bubbly, nothing there. I feel like these games are going by very slow compared to the other games. I don't know, it feels very different than the other game, but Trash, what a save by Bubbly. It finally was just a pure rocket of a shot by Hibbing, on target for once as well. And hey, I'm not gonna lie, if they can figure out how to shoot and just keep it clean, they have a very, very good chance. A good beat out. Bubbly and Daffy both left, so the open net goes by the wayside. Fishy taps it away. Kind of gives it to Bubbly, but a good dunk by Trash. And Tater off the back wall has one touch, will beat another out. Daffy, the shot, it's just high. Looked like it would have been saved regardless. Bubbly on the wall, back wall. Fishy has to clear the lines once more. Latumos chasing into the corner. Trash, one touch away. 1:30 to play. Coming up at least. And a pinch out. Fishy misses. Daffy, one touch, dunked out. And Omaha's offense is kind of gone extinct, kind of like the Buffalo. So we'll see what happens there.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. Rangers, yeah, like you said, if they're actually just converting on their shots, and a decent chunk of them have been pretty open. I don't know if Buffalo have a foot in the door in the series. I mean, the only reason why any of these squads are close, the only reason why it's not 4-0 or 5-1 is because Rangers sometimes just can't figure out how to put the ball in the back of the net. It's come back to bite on Bubbly towards the net. Awkward bounce shot. Beautiful read and composure by Trash, not to get faked out by that. Beautiful cut from Fishy. Finally, we find Rangers scoring an open net. 3-1 with 40 seconds left. Is that the dagger that they needed to steal this game away?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to miss that. You would hope.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I have too. I've done worse. But Trash gets a good kickoff, or a good 50 off the kickoff. He missed the pass middle, and it's another missed opportunity. I mean, you're up 2 goals, but hey, another one wouldn't hurt. Fishy. Oh, Daffy misses. The shot, it's high. Latumos goes up. He misses. And the counterattack may be a chance to Fishy. Banks it downfield. Latumos try to find Trash in the middle. Couldn't. Bubbly out to Tater. Tater to Daffy. No. Not a chance for that. 10 seconds to play. Bubbly fakes it out. Nobody there. And the Rangers are going to take a 2-1 advantage into game 4. Tater immediately forgetting the car change. But not expected in my opinion. I don't think I mean, I know Hibbing had the upset run already in game 7 over Mankato. I still don't think anybody picked them to be the favorite. And I mean, they have a chance to go up 3-1 if they can take game 4.
Yeah, I mean, it might sound like we're kind of trashing on the Premier players, but like, if you watched last series, you'd realize what the standard, I guess. I mean, that's above the standard in my opinion. Some of those shots that were hit, but even like look at Stewie, right? He was really good at slotting away those opportunities, the small gaps that were given off of plays from his teammates to open up a shot. And it wasn't just Stewie doing it. It was a lot of people in the lobby, even Takeover sometimes was slotting it bar down, bottom left corner. And so far, the entirety of Rangers and even Buffalo, they had to kind of get a bit scrambly there in the last seconds, just trying to force as much as they possibly can to get a goal. No time left. It's getting really scrappy. It's getting really scuffed. With some of these shots not going in or some players not connecting. It's been kind of contagious in the lobby. Like you said, I don't know what it is. Something just kind of feels off. And regardless, it might just be the play styles. It might just be the fact that Bubbly is really physical, is taking boost, and it might be the way that Rangers are following up the ball that's making it kind of hard for any team to kind of slow down, take possession, and kind of get comfortable. But I think this has been more of a series of who's playing the best when they're uncomfortable, when they're awkward. Right off the rip, Bubbly rips one from all the way across the field, and it just finds its way into the net.
Yeah, Trash was rotating back, and Latumos caught a no man's land. Not expecting the big bang there. And for once, it's an early goal besides a kickoff, so we'll take that. And Bubbly will take a 2-goal lead for his Omaha Buffalo side. A little bit of yamp time by him right off the kickoff.
Yep, muscle it through.
Yep. And what a start for Omaha in a big game for them.
Yeah. Like I said, this is very important. Games 2 and 3 in the best of 7 are super, super important. You see, what is going on the defense? It's 1 kickoff goal in 3s. You usually have very often. 2, you know, and I raised my eyebrow, but 3, and it's like, what? Are we playing once? I mean, usually you don't see 3 kickoff goals back to back to back unless you're playing 2s or 1s, but I don't know what's been happening on the side of Rangers with these kickoffs, if they've just been getting caught off guard, if they've just been misreading the play, but Buffalo have been pouncing on any open opportunity, any open space that they've been given off of these, but finally we settle into kind of open play. Fishy clearing it long. Latumos trying to get a follow towards the backward. Bubbly there to meet it. Daffy follow, only person really on his team that has that much boost. Latumos trying to solo it around 1, gets blocked away, but it's still dangerous up in front. Daffy, huge, amazing beat downfield. Fishy in a 1v1 makes a save and keeps it within reason for Rangers, who are facing down the barrel of a 3-0 deficit right now.
Yeah, a bit shaky for Bubbly on that 1v1 chance, but still Omaha just taking it to the Rangers at the double commit, and not a lot of boost for the 2 players in that. They double again, and it is just wide. Latumos was looking for the pinch middle, couldn't find it. Another double commit. Trash nowhere to be found for that follow-up. Fishy does get a dunk. No boost to his name. And gets that one stolen away. Latumos in an awkward spot. Trash has to dive across. No shot. Fishy one touch. Will leave it for his teammate. Latumos pops it high. Trash up already. Tater through his own corner. Gets it past one. Fishy once more. They're just trying to bury the ball through that corner and have it pop out middle. Hasn't been able to work this game, and a three-goal lead in this series feels almost like a 5 or 6 goal lead at times.
Yeah, especially with the way the momentum. Oh, what a
And it will be
Bubbly Reaper with these clears has just been an absolute thorn in the side of. More like a dagger at this point, a whole sword even in the side of Rangers' abdomen, because this is, I mean, 4-0, 2 of them coming off. Bubbly just getting what is essentially a perfect clear down the field and catching the entirety of Rangers kind of lacking. They're going to have to start kind of respecting those long balls, maybe a bit playing a little bit farther back, but it also hinders your offense, and when you're not able to send as many people forward, you have to kind of respect those clears. And if you don't, it's right now it's really coming back to bite him in this game.
Yeah,
Fishy.
for sure. Fishy.
Oh,
It was a double commit. Almost a big goal for them with still time to play. Latumos. Fishy can't find the corner that he needed. Trash backs up into it. Still can go. Latumos does make the touch. Looking for the infield pass to Fishy. He's beat out. Trash now has to recover and rebound. Daffy reset. Looks to go underneath. Bubbly towards net. Daffy no. Tater high. The net's still wide open, but nobody in a position to shoot. Bubbly Reaper get to the cross. So Tater again. Get away. Daffy gonna just fake the touch out, waste some more time. Under 90 seconds to play. Bubbly into the air. Fishy. Whoa, what a touch from him. Bubbly looking to run interference. Hit away. Latumos bangs it downfield, and it's not a goal. You guys, they need a goal almost immediately now if they want a chance in this game. But the way it's trending, it's looking like we're gonna get a tie series heading into game 5, just like our last one. A great series we've had on the mainstream. And if you do want to watch another match, I know Tibbles is streaming some of the other matches on his own Twitch channel. It was just RL Tibbles, but 45 seconds to play. It's 4-0, and it was those 3 kickoff goals at the start of this game that really fueled them. As even towards the end of this game, it's been more even, kind of like the rest.
yeah, it's been. I think this is kind of the only game we've had where it's kind of been very blowout. It hasn't really been a scoreline like 4-0 so far in the series, and I mean, the games are flying by at this point. Tater just padding the stats, and it's been a collapse for Rangers ever since they kind of had momentum after their 2-game wins. They've fallen. To put it bluntly, they've fallen flat on their face in game 4, and I don't really know what, like, it's been mostly, I mean, they got like what 2-3 kickoff goals scored on them, and then 1 or 2 goals where it's just a huge clear downfield and no one's back on defense, and that's been pretty much all of it. It hasn't been really big solo plays or anything Buffalo's really doing. They're just leaving a lot of openings that Buffalo are taking advantage of right now, and peculiarly on kickoffs, particularly is their Achilles heel, it seems, and absolutely quiet as well on offense too. They didn't really get kind of hard to get on offense when the ball is constantly being put in your net, but you see an ungodly shot differential between these two teams. You have
12-3.
12-3. That's that's unreal.
And I mean, Trash 60 points. Just Hibbing was not able to get into this game at all. And I think that's the biggest thing. They never were allowed to find their footing because they played from a goal They play from 2 goals down like 20 seconds in. So you're already having to play catch up. And now, I mean, they went on a streak of winning 2 straight games. Now they gotta find one here and try and close it out. But I mean, or not close out. Take it to double match point. And I don't know. After losing 5-0, just kind of getting dominated like that, we'll see what they have in them. See what the mental holds for the 14 seed Hibbing Rangers.
Yeah, it's all going to be on the field for us to watch. It's all in this game. Match point on the line. Fishy to the ceiling, over to Trash. Shot top left. That one saved away. That's the Rangers that we know and love from those games 2 and 3. Shots towards the net. Fishy, huge dunk. Bounces up off the ramp favorably. Trash first on it, but Bubbly, very patient, takes control. Only gets it as far as Fishy. Latuma's there to follow. Tater, huge read on the backboard, but Trash is there to clean it up. Tries to double tap it off the floor, trying to catch the defense off guard. Fishy doesn't really have that much boost, trying to leave it for his teammate. Goes back the other end. Trash there to collect with the 100. Scary 50 out in front of the net. Latumos there to collect. Transition play opportunity blocked away. Fishy there to keep it alive. Again, still low boost. Manages to get a huge beat. It's floating towards the net. Far out. Trash not able to get it around the defender. Latumos double tap goes missing. Fishy's 0. Gets beat out. Trash no boost, and Buffalo. I've been saying Rangers, this person has no boost over and over and over again. It seems that Buffalo have been really good at controlling the boost so far in this game.
Yeah, for sure. What a pass by Daffy. Tater able to put it in, but oh my goodness. Daffy with an absolutely beautiful pass. 1-0 Omaha. And I mean, fooled the entire defense.
Then another issue where you see Rangers just kind of get comfortable, especially that second man. It was the same issue with Flyers where their third or their second wasn't aware of a certain threat. That's just another one falls through unexpected. What happened? Did it bump? Tater pops it up. Latumas goes up, gets bumped off the play. Trashes doesn't have any. Yeah, that did not go in. That did not fully go in on my screen. In the replay, it didn't either. But you know, this is Rocket League. This is the game we play. We had a ghost touch earlier in the series, but you know, you have to play on through that. Beautiful pass down. They get a response. Trash able to put it away off a beautiful pass from Latumos, but same issue that Flyers had where their second and third weren't aware of a threat. They weren't aware of maybe first man being awkward or beat to the ball. They weren't ready to play defense, and they get caught just too close to the play sometimes. And that it was a good pass, but you saw that in the game previous to this one where you see Bubbly just able to hurl it towards the net from his own corner sometimes, and it just flowed all the way in because of that mistake. And I mean, it hasn't been as potent in this game. Obviously, still just 2-1, but still something to look out for as the series goes on, and we only have so many games left to play.
Yeah, it was a good save, but a triple commit there. Trash, no boost. Shocker. I feel like Hibbing never has boost. Daffy does get the touch, but not on target like how he wanted. It's still a good pass to Tater. Oh my goodness. 3-1 Omaha.
I mean, what can you do if you're on the defense? It goes far down, out, oh no. It wasn't going in. It wasn't going in. Trash flying across the net, trying to make the save, didn't read the crossbar bounce, and he's mid-flip. He can't really change much to do with the trajectory of his car. Very unfortunate play, but yeah, you have to kind of live with that one. You can't sulk about it. There's still over half a game left to play.
Yeah, for sure. And I will update you guys on the other series as we have our stream semi-final as Daffy scores again, trying to give his Omaha Buffalo a trip into the semis. But Green Bay beats the 10 seed Rochester Rhythm 4-2. The 12 seeded St. Paul Senators continue their Cinderella run with a 4-1 win over the Des Moines Derecho. And the 1 seed Burnsville Inferno take a 4-2 win over the St. Cloud Flyers, who we will be seeing, or Burnsville will be seeing in action here soon, as they are the only 1 seed, I believe. Yes, the only 1 seed to make the semifinals in any league so far.
Yeah, we didn't see any really high seeding teams in either of the majors of Rising Star or Challenger, which is pretty. I mean, last time we had this format, it was actually the exact opposite. Usually, most of the teams that won were a top 3 seeded team. I think the closest we got to that was Rhythm on Challenger. I think they were like 4th or 3rd seed going into the major. Ended up winning it, and I don't know what. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no idea what happened with Rangers. It seems that I blinked, and just like that, they're down 5-1, and they just look completely out of gas. They're not showing that many signs of life. They were missing shots earlier on, but at least they had shots. At least they had pressure. Now seems kind of flat.
Yeah, I don't know. Just got this game 5 is just kind of fallen completely against them. They've lost their footing. Tater a good demo. It'll be 6-1. There's still a minute to play. I mean, Shador, we might be taking a trip down south at this rate. It was a good demo. Daffy just tapped it in. And the last 2 games, Omaha's outscored Hibbing 11-1.
That's even more ridiculous than last series. In last series, I thought that was pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe the fatigue and the lack of, chemistry for Hibbing finally starting to catch up to them in this game 5. We'll see. It's going to be a monumental regain if they can get this game 6 win and force a game 7, as Fishy just loses it high.
Oh, they needed that one. They really
really did.
Not even to get back into the game. I think that's hopeless. Just there's the mental. I mean, again, they do everything. They get the beats, they get the setup. It's just they're not able to finish off their plays, and it's been, the few times they had a lot of opportunities earlier on in the series, but now they're a lot more limited. They've been kind of found out by Buffalo, and they need every chance they get. They need to convert at this point, and especially ones like that at a level like this need to at least be attempted on target, but no one was there, and as time ticks down, this is just looking like you're bleeding out at this point. If you're Rangers, you need to stop the bleeding. You need to get back up on your feet, but it's so hard to do when it just feels that everything is against you. No matter what you're doing, it just feels hopeless. There we go. The Tumos maybe trying to spark some signs of life into this team.
Yeah. Hey, a goal's a goal. It doesn't matter how you get it or when you get it. It will help. And this game 6, going all in. I'm saying Omaha in this right here because Hibbing looked like a team that does not know where they need to be at times, and Omaha's been able to capitalize on that almost every single time. So we'll see. It's been 2 blowouts. Game 6, a chance for Omaha to end it, or will we get our first game 7 on stream today?
Yeah. We'll see. I know we love the the game 7s absolutely destroying the stream schedule, despite how quick of a break we try to take. Bubbly Reaper stuck in reserved in purgatory, trying to join the game. Managed to find its way in. Game 6 underway. I mean, I've been focusing more. I've been focusing on Rangers this entire time because it seems that the series has been very much in their hands. If they're converting on their chances, if they're scoring goals, they definitely have a better stake in this. But I mean, to Buffalo's credit, they've been picking apart Rangers if someone's too close, they get a long clear towards an open net. If they're bunched up, Bubbly is amazing at stealing boost and disrupting them. They've been any single leeway, any room that Rangers have given Buffalo have just taken. They've turned every inch into a mile. It seems in this series, and that's been what's been so suffocating. For Rangers, an amazing save by Latumos. He doesn't want to see his team go out trash. Maybe can't get this one around. Oh, they needed that one again, and Fishy no boost. Makes the save though, keeps it 0-0, and for once it seems that we're gonna have a game where one team is gonna get blown out by 5 goals.
Hey, you say that now. There's a lot of game left, but good touch by Latumos. Trash just high. Fishy, no, saved away, and now Latumos gonna have to deal with Tater. No double for him. Touchdown field. Nobody up for Omaha just yet. Latumos still on the ball, but 2 do go. He forces the double. Trash buries it. 1-0 Hibbing, and a great start for them. What
amazing play by Latumos. That first touch was just so crisp. He got it so high up in the air so fast, puts it waterfall down in between both of those players. Not much more you can want from a pass, and Trash there to yam it through the last defender. And finally, for once, it seems that Rangers have some signs of life.
Yeah, Hibbing trying to take this one the distance. They've already been there. For Omaha, it was a sweep early. A great pass down. Trash thought it was going to go high, and a miscommunication there. Latumos having to once again just control it. He will go into the air. Latumos, no reset. Trash, full boost, can't collect. Tater does pick that up, so he can go whenever. Trash, nothing. A reset.
Goodness.
He has something in the hat. He just pulled a rabbit out. It's 2-0 for Hibbing.
I didn't even know what he was going to do. I very rarely have no idea what a player is going to do. I honestly thought Trash was going down to try to mussy that or flick it or something. And then he started air dribbling it down. I'm like, okay, he's trying to take like a dunk 50 or something, but nope. He gets he positions himself amazing scoop. And I think that's the same thought process for the defense. They thought, oh, they're trying to cover as many options as he can. He just holds onto the ball so long in the air. Scoops at the perfect time. Trash. It's a huge momentum goal in a game where they absolutely cannot afford to lose. Another one,
Trash
maybe.
is a demon. Hold on, dude. That game 4 where they lost 5-0 and he had 60 points. I thought he was. Oh, that's a big miss. But he had 60 points. I think he's been probably their second or best player today, and I wanted him to step it up. Boy, has he done that. It's a 2-goal advantage with 2 minutes to play. That one's high. It's a good touch out by Latumos. And Champions Field, Game 7. It's looming for Hibbing and Omaha in the quarterfinals. Tater the reset. Beats 1. Latumos makes the touch. Daffy off the corner. Bubbly the shot. Retribution. He can't find it. It's a save again. Trash. A touch. It's a good dunk. Nobody there for Hibbing. And they will go the other way. Omaha needing a goal soon to rewrite the script of this Game 6, or else we will be going the distance. Or, I mean, if it does go to 7, who you got?
I don't even know if I can make a prediction.
Ooh, what a save!
A shot by Daffy. Trash there to meet it though, and Trash this game has been going nuclear. Another save for the side of Hibbing. Trying to get some transition play going. They're still stuck in their own half. Bubbly off the pressure, using every last ounce of boost that he possibly had to put that one through. Makes the shot, and all of a sudden, you know, might be going to overtime. Over a minute left. Rangers gonna hold on to that 1-goal lead for as long as they possibly can. Maybe want to widen that back up to 2, but I mean, I don't. With the way this is going, I honestly thought that Rangers were just gonna get
Double. Oh my. Oh no.
Fishy?
Oh no, Fishy.
Oh my.
No.
Oh no. That's no boost. Just tried to get in the way of that double tap. That is.
Yeah.
Man.
It's unfortunate.
But with the way that this series is going, I thought that honestly, Buffalo were gonna take it. I mean, they still might. There's a minute left.
I thought that they were going to take it in game 6. I thought they had all the momentum. Trash just refused to let his team lose. When absolute demon mode still is in this game, but
I mean, now you're up against it. You let in 2 goals. You've watched your lead evaporate that you worked so hard for. And, I mean, it's been 2 good goals by the Buffalo as well. Fishy clears it long. Otumos was on the wall waiting, but he's going to miss. Bubbly, a chance. What a save by Fishy. Wasn't the greatest shot, but still so dangerous for Omaha. Trash onto the wall. Flings it long. Daffy needs the double. He does get it. And it's an open net. Can Bubbly turn it? Bubbly, no. We keep going. 14 seconds. Still tied. Hit off the corner. Daffy towards the net. Trash clears it away. And we might be getting a game 6 OT. Latumos bangs it long. I think Omaha just going to be content. No. Tater keeps it up. It will stay up. Tater. 1 touch towards the backboard. Bubbly, the 50, down to Tater. Saved away. Daffy wants it hit.
that was scary on both ends of the pitch. I heavily questioned Tater's touch up there. Went right towards Rangers, who almost capitalized off of it, but Buffalo were able to turn it around and almost make it something of their own. Now they're on the offensive attack in this game 6. Do or die for Rangers. And I know that Buffalo would love to seal up the series right here. And now Fishy, though, had an opening, didn't have the boost to make it happen. Latumos taking his time, bakes out Tater. Gets it around Daffy, but he had to touch it hard. Goes high across, Trash. Piston on the ball, what does he have? Doesn't have a lot of boost. Fakes out Bubbly. Daffy there to collect. And now it's Rangers chaining chances together, keeping it in, even with low boost. Huge fake from Fishy. Getting around Bubbly, though. Bubbly's been absolutely a monster on these 50s so far in the series. Might have just helped him out on defense. Might have just helped him out in the game. Fishy steering it away to Trash. Finally giving them some time to breathe. Bubbly goes missing! That, oh my god. Oh man, that is not. He had so much. He had 100, almost 100 boost. That is the sinking feeling that you have to have in your chest as you fly past the ball. Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
No words for what I just saw. Well, we will have a game 7. We should probably still be playing game 6.
Right.
But it's a game 7. It's Hibbing playing a max 14 games out of 14 possible to start their major run. And a chance.
Oh, look at Trash. Sorry to cut you off. Trash on the scoreboard that just looks like he's smurfing in this lobby right now.
Yeah.
He has all of the goals. A lot of pretty much literally all of the shots for Rangers, and he has more points than I think both of them combined. I mean, that's just unreal. And fortunately, it lets them in a game win, regardless of how dependent that was on Bubbly touching or not touching that ball. But I mean, regardless, we're at Champions Field. We're in game 7. This is what it comes down to.
Yeah, give me Hibbing.
Give you Hibbing?
Yeah, Trash might have to just do it all over again, but I have faith. Good touch by Daffy. Tater just wide. Actually, I'm switching.
Nah, are you doing a takesy backsy right now?
Little bit. For the script, we're gonna go Bubbly Reaper game winner.
Bubbly Reaper game winner,
With Subos downfield, it's just wide, but Daffy's awkward. Trash misses too. Yeah, my fault, guys. That's on me.
So Wifty, that's like they call a Wifty. You know, you try to play your opponent's touch, and then they miss, so you miss, and it's not like Trash really had any boost either, so he kind of just had to do the best that he could.
Yeah.
Get in front of the ball, but
hit her off the corner, saved away, and Bubbly will be last back again. Hopefully, no more antics as Daffy misses, and the offense was there for a second, but Trash gets demoed. Fishy will collect no boost. Bangs off the backboard. Latumos is just lurking. And Latumos finds the back of the net with 0 boost. And he was just standing up net or upfield, and Tater couldn't
Huge.
find the touch.
Every single 12 boost that he got off of that one small pad to score that one, and huge momentum goal off of that miss from Bubbly. It changed into the first goal of the game 7 for him, and that's huge. You know, the nerves for both of them. I mean, you saw it with Bubbly. That was definitely a nerves moment. If that was a scrim or just a normal rank match, I don't know if that would have happened, but in a major best of 7 game 6 overtime, anything can happen. Latumos again carrying the ball. Maybe it's his turn to step up. Trash in that game 6, the entire reason why they're here in the first place. Hater can't get another touch. It's been a lot of accidental fakes working out in favor of Buffalo so far. Latumos under 1, tries to get it past Bubbly, but Bubbly again, his 50s have been amazing the entire series. Fishy towards the net. Daffy there to mean it. Huge clear. I have absolutely no words. I have absolutely no words.
I don't
What?
actually know what just happened.
Uh,
What a shot.
I think Trash is just too good at the game that he just can't not score. So what is even the? I don't understand what he was trying to go for.
I think he was trying to play it to his corner as Bubbly Reaper will take full advantage of the own goal, and he will give Omaha the lead with 3 minutes to play. Yeah, I mean, I think he was trying to play it to his corner, and he just hit a bit too.
This series has been a migraine to
of the
deal
ball.
with, man. I have no idea what's happening.
It's been a fun one though.
It has.
The two
It's-
modes.
Last one was fun in the way where you just get insane peaks and clips, and this one has been fun in the way where people just turn into a plat 2 for some parts of the game.
Yeah, that's the best part of Rocket League.
Yep.
Good touch by Bubbly. Tater. Shaky. But, oh, shot? No. It's saved by Daffy. Now, I mean, Hibbing, you had it. You had the lead. They surrender it away. It's off just barely. A good save by Latumos. And now they have to fight back. They barely escaped game 6. And now Latumos tries to snipe it. Doesn't fall through. Fishy, a good dunk. It's a great dunk of that Trash. Will control. Can he go again? No, he backflips. Latumos, the pinch out. Tater last back. Hey, what a clear. Down to Daffy. Daffy drops it. No, Fishy, an awkward touch. Trash will have to clear the lines. Daffy can control. Trash dunks. Under 2 minutes to play. Major on the line for both teams. Latumos up. What a play. Can he finish? No way. Latumos is saved. Tater no touch. Fishy dives and Trash goes. Fishy no boost. Feel like he's always on 0. Trash towards the middle. A decent 50. Latumos doesn't know if he wants to go. He will, and he's just beat. Fishy collects. Full tank. Off the ceiling. Can he get another one? He will. It's a 50. Bubbly again a 50. Latumos off the wall. Off the ceiling. Missing the touch. Plays it down to Trash. Under a minute 30 to play. Omaha still in the lead.
It's been Trash is here. The reason why they're here in the first place, but I want to see him step up like he did in that game again. What? How is that? It goes in from here. Daffy just snipes bar down top left, and that is, oh man, that is an absolute sinking feeling. If you're on the side of Rangers, that is not one you want to let through. Another kickoff not going in their favor. Trash there to collect. Hasn't been able to heat up in game 7. It's been mostly Latumos carrying the burden of the offense, but past middle, shot not falling through. Fishy 0 boost. Unable to get anything in this play. Time ticks down. If there's anything less than an OT, I'll be unhappy, but Rangers are really going to need to step it up if they want that to happen. Trash trying to find a teammate mid, towards net, but it's wide. Follow up. Trying to get him to throw with the ball.
Oh, what a
pass middle.
pass.
Bit high on that touch, though. It was coming off really hard at the striker. Just not able to make contact. Trash didn't get there. Bubbly. Maybe not a game winner, but definitely a dagger nonetheless.
Yeah, that's probably going to do it. 27 seconds Just too much pace on it for Trash to do anything about it. And for Hibbing, I think Game 7's back to back, they catch up to you, and
Yeah.
I think it might have. Trash at 50 through the corner. A good pass out. Fishy, can he shoot? He can, but nothing too special. Bubbly on 0 boost. Another good 50. Hater and Bubbly both racing for the ball. We go to the last 10 seconds. Hater plays it, try to own goal. Daffy towards the corner. And this one is over, but what a series it was. A Game 7, Omaha and Hibbing put on a show. Omaha will move on to face the 2 seed Green Bay Knights.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so unfortunate for Rangers. I really think you saw how they kind of exploded once they found their footing in the series with games 2 and 3, and I really just feel like they just kind of ran out of gas. I mean, like you said, those game 7s get to you, and you can't win them all. I think honestly, you just got to be happy that you got the upset. Because especially when you're in at any point, if you're able to take out a higher team and get points yourself, because the way this works, you go out into round 2, half the league does not get points. So you're already in that top 8-ish with points in this major. So, I mean, worst case, you have an advantage over half the teams now in the league, and you beat a top contending team. You almost came through in game 7, but man, it does not help that I'm running on very low sleep and have a headache and have a clogged nose. I'm sick. I genuinely got a headache trying to understand what was happening in that series sometimes. There was own goals, there was whiffs, there was random pinches that went into the net. There was multiple open nets that went completely missing. It was completely all over the place. It was like I was watching like Globetrotters basketball or something. Like I had no idea what was happening. But regardless, through all of that chaos, Buffalo come out on top. They will be going to, I think it is the semifinals now, against, if I pull up the bracket, it will
They
be
will play Green
Bay.
Bay. So the top 2 seeds do advance for the first time this weekend. But
St. Paul's making a run and a
Yeah.
half as a 12 seed right now. That is incredible.
yeah, they are. I'm excited to see that match.
What rosters is that again? Cole, Crispy, and wow, that is. I'm very sorry to Cole, Crispy, and Sean, but I don't think anybody expected this team to be top 4 right now in Premier. But I mean, anything. I mean, we saw anything can happen in these lobbies. Anything can happen if people step up, if people make their plays, if people execute on maybe the awkwardness in the lobby. You know, it can happen. And so far, I mean, they've been pulling through. They're in the top 4. We'll see. I think that is the next matchup is St. Paul versus Inferno.
Yep.
It will not be me joining you. I think it is Stewie and Iwu. Joining Iwu will be here all day. I need to catch up on sleep. Iwu, do you have any last words before we send it to a break?
Nah, I mean, I'm excited for the next series. We're almost done. And thanks for joining me, Ori. We were gonna go to a short little break, and we will join you guys soon.